Guys, welcome to Bridgeton Investment. So I make the new next bolt investment, and I'm going to be exiting everything of my Wipro holding to be investing in this company, and that is International Gemnode India. This has crashed a lot, over this past 2 years. Since this crash is there, I only invested a little bit of my money, but I'll be keeping some cash ready in just in case this starts to rise up. But I'll be buying the dip more of this. I don't care. Market always reacts to fundamental in the long term. So what is this company? I asked Perplexity also. First of all, let's look at the fundamental. There's no point in asking what a company does. This would be another Zomato. The company has a great business, but is not producing enough money to support the business. In long-term market, all should always react to to the fundamental. Not some code of a tech bro or this one. What I call Sydney Sweeney campaign. So let's look at it. Reserve and surplus consolidated. This is consolidated, right? Yeah. So increasing reserve and surplus over the 5 years, increasing reserve and surplus. Long term debt is zero. Both debt is zero, and though both debt is zero, and I like that. And considering his cash equivalents, in positive net cash flow over the 5 years, positive net cash flow over the for 5 years, and current asset is around 1019.7 crores to current liability of 303.88. Company can lot of company has good current ratio as well. It says that it can finish all this with current liability with just as cash. I would have shown gross profitability and revenue, but profit and revenue. But I would like to show it in. But I want to see the 5 years. 5 years. So I just open that. Yes, in here. You know. Meanwhile, I'll go to why this is a very good investment for the long term. IGI India, very good investment for the long term. Considering India's moat, considering India's market share in gold and diamond, there should be someone to certify it, right? There is some certify. There should be someone to certify. Similarly, how Moody does credit rating and Cecil does credit rating in India, and Moody does credit rating in US. Similarly, we have in for IGI India, we have this for we have them for credit rating. It's a recession proof business. It is not going to be down when there is COVID or anything. The company got zero debt, and it's a very asset light model business. It always reinvest, not that much reinvestment is there. It's both return on capital and employed, and return on capital invested is for above 40%. Originally this business. So I'll go. I asked Perplexity, gave me some info on International Gemological Institute. What is its most advantage and why is it good to buy it for the long term? It's the world's largest independent organization specializing in jewelry certification, gemological education, and appraisal services. Founded in 1975 in Antwerp, Belgium, operates 731 laboratory, 18 gemological schools, and across 10 countries. It is serving both natural and diamond. Its business is grading, certification, appraisal, education services to jewelry manufacturer and consumer worldwide. Portfolio includes diamond and color gemstone grading reports, jewelry authentication, laser subscription service, and pearl added. It's a very unique business, a very boring business. Not much is there, and it has a market share of what, about 65%. It's a very good business to be in. moat advantage. Brand recognition. IGI are globally recognized benchmark of authenticity, giving them a reputation and most similar to what Moody's hold in credit rating. Like I just shared, with a scalable network of lab in India, IGI benefits from high operating leverage and economies of scale like competitors like GIA. Lab grown India, IGI comments about 65% share in lab grown diamond certification and a segment growing at double digit annually due to sustainability and affordability trend. Company require minimum tangible asset requiring relying primarily on expertise and technologies. This drive ROIC and ROCE above 40%, indicating a sustained profitability mode with low reinvestment. It's IGI ISO 90 certified and operates in financial hub like New York, Mumbai, and Dubai. No, so it has strong with NIRs, whether it's good for the long-term investment. Revenue growth and PAT have gone at 35 to 42% CAGR, surpassing 1,000 crore in FY24. PAT margins are around 40% consistent free cash flow, which I just mentioned due to brand loyalty and low capital uh, intensity. Asset efficiency, strong return metrics, almost zero debt, make it resilient during economic cycles akin to software service business. Which I said, this is a very good business to be in for the long term. It has a very good moat. Which considering India's market share in diamond and gold industry, gold. Indians are obsessed with jewelry. So with that, you need someone to rate it. So IGI, it has a 65% market share. I am going to be selling my entire of my Wipro holdings to be invested in this for the long term. Its Indian business is also very good. Its Indian business is also very good, and it's also expanding into AI for its certification. It's looking for the future as well. This is going to be, I was looking for a AI driven companies for so long and good time with good fundament. I think I may have found one. So look at the revenue growth year. Just see. Look at its revenue growth year to year. Every year. This, not this one. I just show it here. I'm not. I don't know. I'll show it here. It has a good profitability growth year to year, as well as good revenue growth year to year, and I believe it's a good investment to be made for the long term. And also, uh, Dr. Reddy Laboratory has posted, which I'm holding puts as of right now. Good good quarterly growth, good year to year growth. Compared to previous good year to year growth and good this one quarter to quarter growth, whereas profitability is slightly reducing and year to year as well as quarter to quarter, and that signifies it. It has a lot of business moat advantage. It sells majority of its business comes from the US market. I mentioned 50% of its business comes from the US market. With the Trump's tariff, profitability is going to be dragged down a bit. So even with that, this company good produced a good revenue. So kudos to this guy. I like to give credit where credit is due. But profit is what determines for this machine worth what 1,07,164 crores. What is determined. It's a huge business. If it can't produce profitability during this downturn, then uh, it could drive down the then it could be a bad negative effect in Dr. Reddy's on short term. Long term, this will do exceptionally well. I know for a fact. It's a very good business, a very good management team. So I am going to be holding my puts in Dr. Reddy Laboratory, and I will show you my orders were for IGI. I bought it around 335.2, and I'm going to be selling tomorrow there's a good news surrounding markets as well. I was going through it. Foreign forex reserve has tripled down to $707 billion, and there's a good news around Trump and China meeting again. There's good news surrounding Indian US tariff as well. So there's good news surrounding, especially Wipro has good of most of his business in US. So I will be selling my entire holding in Wipro. I'm ready to take this loss. I will be selling it at good market price. I'll be selling it. So that's it for me. Please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.